Good afternoon, everybody, once again. My name is Kuti Olutola, the convener and host for this little brainstorming session or party we are trying to find out the core functions of editors or post-production personnel in everything that has to do with the movie industry, and apart from that, even other aspects of the industry and the entertainment industry as a whole. You get. So generally, I'm going to be asking one or two questions from Mr. Mensah that we hope we can shed light on. And I believe we all know Mr. Mensah already. Is the current acting president or guide for AMPEEN, Association of Motion Pictures and Entertainment Editors of Nigeria. So, Mr. Mensah, can you please let us meet you once again?
A pleasure being on this platform this afternoon. My name is Mensah Paul. I'm a seasoned filmmaker specialized in documentary filmmaking. Presently, I'm more of a director, a producer, and also I'm an editor with over 15 years in the industry. And as already noted, I'm presently acting as the national president for the Motion Pictures and Entertainment Editors of Nigeria, the umbrella body for practicing editors in Nigeria. So it's a pleasure being here this afternoon.
All right. Yeah, Mr. Mensah, thank you so much for that brief introduction. I can see we have members of the association on board.
I'm Kuti. I've introduced myself.
Yes. Thank you. I can see we have members of the association on board and really appreciate everyone that has joined us. So, Mr. Mensah, there is a little bit of a mix-up somewhere in the industry. I don't know if it's from the practitioners or from the people that employ our services. 99.9% of the industry at large believes that the editor can do a whole lot of things, or they just say, take it to the editor. So I would love to ask, please, what does post-production entail? What do we mean when we say post-production? Because you see people saying, okay, I'm doing post-production and then I'm in post-production personnel and that is all you get to know. And, you know, in between you start finding out a lot of things. I don't know. I know there are a lot of aspects to post-production, color grading, Foley, sound, and stuff like that. So, I don't know. Can you please educate us a little bit on post-production? Thank you.
Okay. Basically, I always tell people that the post-production is a key aspect of the film process, because gatekeepers, the final bus stop, whereby you finalize all what's going to be sent out for distribution. So it's a very key part of the process of filmmaking, from pre-production to production to location. Then you come to the post-production, whereby all what has been done on location can be tallied up. Then you have the final product at the end of the day. Post-production is very large, it's very big, because it involves a whole lot of stuff. From basic film cutting, that's the editing part of it. And apart from the editing part of it, you have where it comes to, you do graphics, because some project will need you to do graphics. So graphics or also animation is also part of post-production. There are people specialize even in animation and graphics, that's their work. Then also, if you have a project that has to do with VFX, you have people that also specialize in VFX. It's also part of post-production. Then you also have sound mixing, where there's sound that needs to be done, or music that needs to be scored. Right now, we know that there's royalty issues, especially on projects that are going on social media or YouTube. So you need to get people that can score your music for you, play around with the songs you use, or music you use, or the Foley or effects you use. So there is a department for that, in sound mixing. Also, you also have the film editing part of it. If you are editing projects that are for film, that are for cinema, that are for the big screen, there are people that specialize in editing film. The way you edit TV commercials or you edit series or drama is different from someone that edits film. So you also have to distinguish an editor that is into film editing, an editor that is into TV program or series. Even musical, we have editors that are specialized in editing musicals. Their style of editing is different. So it's also part of post-production. Then apart from that, they also have color grading. And we know that color grading is very key right now, because it's the treatment you finally give to your film after locking the timeline. So it's very, very key. So it's another part of post-production that is very, very key. Then also, the other part that is very key is also mastering. As you now do all the old stuff, mastering that you are now going to send to distribution. Because if you don't get those things right, you may not get the final product out, and maybe you have issues, maybe the audio is louder, you see some glitches or whatever, or pixelating and everything. So doing mastering, you get all those things clear and make sure it is done. So post-production is a large sector on its own, and it's very, very key about it. So that's just a few, or let me say, summary about post-production that I just have to highlight this afternoon.
Okay, thank you for that brief highlight on post-production and the different aspects of post-production. Now, if I may ask, I think in the entertainment industry, or in the film industry, or the production industry in Nigeria, the importance of post-production personnel are way too, should I say, underrated. I don't know. Can you just talk about how important post-production is to any project that is going on air, both radio, both musicals, and documentaries? Apart from that, also, I believe we can also talk about normal soundtracks that they use. No, I believe there is something that is called post-production on them also. One way or the other, after you get your idea and all those things, you have to go back to the studio to work on them before you push them out and stuff. So please, how important is post-production to everything that has to do with broadcasts, movies, documentaries, and stuff?
Yeah, post-production is very key because, as I earlier stated, we are the gatekeepers. If you understand what it means, quality control. Quality control is very key to any, even when it comes to products in the market, full stop, there's what they call quality control. So we, the post-production guys, are the quality control people, because it's from post-production you do the minus and the plus of whatever needs to be put in that project to be finalized. And it's very, very key. Even though we know that the industry is very funny right now, especially in the new revolution of social media, access to applications, everybody thinks to call himself an editor, whatever, but we should not take out that there are professionals that are meant for this, because they have what I call the creative eye. An editor has a creative eye, like a director that sees the final salt or seasoning to that project. And the success of any film, the very good success of any film that will be acceptable by the audience, lies a whole lot on. Yeah, can you get me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so as I say, you can also retell your stories in post-production to tell you how key it is. You may have shot a lot of footage, have a storyline, have a script, but when you get to the post-production, if you have a creative eye or a creative narrative, especially with the director and the editor, you can retell the story to tell you how powerful editors are. So as editors, you need to know the power you have in post, because whatever comes up, the success of the story, the success of the film depends on you a whole lot, because the director will also be looking at your angle. And to be sincere with you, we have the creative eye, we have the creative mind. So we need to project ourselves to that level to know the power we have. That's why when in the hierarchy of production, after you have the producer, you have the director, the next hierarchy in production is the editor, the professional editor. So it's very, very key in the process of filmmaking.
Okay. Now that you have said this, now I believe there is this mix-up. Like I said initially, a lot of people would rather say the editor is the one that would, like I experienced recently, because you are better off asking questions when you've been in the shoes of the people that actually go through the things you're about to talk about. I experienced recently, and I'm aware. I think I informed you about it. This little bit of experience I had recently in the film industry. After being away for a while, I came back in, and some things happened, and I was like, oh wow, is it like this now? Where you have the movie director or the producers saying, well, it's got to be this person or that person that would do one thing or the other one. Majorly what I'm trying to say is this, where they think the editor, or categorize it as the editor, every that's to do with post-production just goes straight to the editor. So the editor becomes the one that will do the sound scoring, do the color grading, do the data wrangling, do stuff like that. I don't know. What's the real job of an editor, of a non-linear personnel? What is the real job of an editor? Because it seems like these movie producers and EP executive producers and directors don't seem to understand that, look, when you have an editor, the editor just simply puts together your story, tells your story, and kind of outlines it for you to the point where people at home can actually relate and see and understand what you're trying to convey. But when you start hearing that the editor is one that will do the color grading, that will do the sound scoring, that will do a whole lot of stuff, I don't know. What is the real job of an editor?
Okay, as I already highlighted, post-production is big, right? One of the mistakes we need to start correcting as editors is don't let your producer or director believe you can do everything, right? Don't let them. Specify your job duty as soon as you pick up a job. You get it? So that you can also be well priced. You can also have your own dignity as an editor. Fine, some of us can be good as graphics, as animators. Some of us can be good as grading. Some of us can be good as VFX. But always try to differentiate your key role on a project. Break it down, right? So that you will not be mobile. Because one, we know the system we live right now, Nigeria, is they believe that master of everything. You understand that you must know everything, but we need to drop that. The reason why industries are growing like Bollywood or Hollywood is because there is what they call division of labor, even in post-production. You get it? So our core job as an editor, you may be specialized in animation, fine. Like personally, I'm not a colorist. I have jobs that do. Maybe I finish my documentary. I have people that color grade for me. I do basic graphics, but when it comes to some key job like animator, I'm an animator guys, I'll give them too. So I always break down my line of process, especially when I have a brief or a script or what I'm working on. So we need to start priding ourselves as editors so that producers or director will not take us too cheap. By the time you break it, you'll be able to differentiate what is your core strength. All of us have our core strength right now. We have our core strength. We have some people that are very skilled at cutting, and you see when they cut for you, wow, you see their cut. We have some of us that are very good at colorists. You do it fine. So we need to break down what we need to, because if we don't do that, we'll get ourselves messed up. At the end of the day, the credit will not go to you. The credit will always go to the producer and the director. So you need to differentiate that. As soon as you get a editor, break down, because it's a big part of. Yeah.
But sorry, Mensah, to cut you a little bit. I understand what you're saying, and I believe a lot of people you understand what you're saying. But does that not shortchange the editor or the post-production personnel? Because
it doesn't change at all. It doesn't.
Okay.
Except you don't know what you have on your
The reason why I'm asking this question is
For
this.
example, I have a friend.
Yeah.
Basically, it costs thriller. And the minimum you can collect for a thriller is 200,000, 250. Just thriller. So you now collect, you as an editor, you now edit and collect 200 and 250, and somebody is cutting thriller and is collecting 200,000.
Okay, now that is the next question I want to ask you. When you are getting the job, you are doing the color grading, you are doing the basic editing, you are also the one that will also lay sound on all of these projects that are doing on the whole thing. You are the one that will put the music, the mood, and everything like that. What do you say about that? Where is this misconstrued? I don't understand. Where is this coming from? How did they peg that price? What do we do? Because a lot of editors are suffering.
What are they telling this industry?
Please, I'm sorry, Mr. Mensah, let people contribute. Mr. 𝐾𝐿, please, I would love to hear your take on this. When somebody is telling you, as a director or as an editor, you are getting... I don't know.
It's really sad.
Let me give my point. Because we are allowed it, it's because we did not tell people that we are union, and this is how it's supposed to go. The reason why we're union and when we come together is to discuss issues like this, because what affects you will affect me. If this price you to edit, you didn't even okay now look at this. For you to edit, you need at least 3 things. Yes, you need a laptop, you need time, and you need power. What would 50 naira do for me if I buy how many liters of water to work, it's not even enough. Nowadays, now, what 1,000 naira is it going to put food on the table for your baby, for your child, or even pay for that your internet subscription or whatever you are using? It's nothing. So I think it's high time we call this thing a spade a spade. We have to meet other girls. Tell them this is our stand, though. This is our stand. If we can all literally come together and say this is how we want this to be, that's what it will be. Because there is no need everybody saying this is my brand. Because here, what we should do is we should have a constitution or pull that constitution to make sure that these things are mentioned out. And then tell other people, other guilds, this is how we work. Directors, this is how we work. As movie producers, this is how we work. Marketers, this is how we work.
Now,
because if you leave this thing, yes.
A minute, Mr. 𝐶𝐿𝐵𝐿. Mr. 𝐶𝐿𝐵𝐿, now, can I beg your pardon on something, please? You see, you say this, Mr. 𝐶𝐿𝐵𝐿, I perfectly understand you, but unfortunately, right, many people in the industry right now forget to realize one fact, and that fact is that when you are being called for a job, the budget has already been drawn. You've been pegged already. Take it or leave it. You do the job or you don't do the job, they will get the job done. Somebody will do it. And when you have been seen as someone that will not easily lie low or roll over and die, you get pegged or tagged as an impossible person to work with. I don't know if I'm making sense, but that is just the way it is. Yeah, I understand you, Mr. Oshoba. Yes, please. Can we give Mr. Oshoba the space to talk also, Mr. Jerry? Yeah, no problem. Can you help me mute your mic, Mr. Jerry? Let Mr. Oshoba talk, please. Mr. Oshoba, we are with you.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I just want to trip in concerning what Mr. 𝐶𝐿𝐵𝐿 said.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe everybody have experience as an editor. Yeah, because I have a recent experience about changing from another level of my craft, from changing it to another level. Yeah, I was someone called me, producer, a marketer. Let me say a marketer producer called me because there was a time anytime I do his work, I will now say, please, you need to contact director, or director will call me, say, do this thing like that. The producer will tell me, me pay him. The producer will say, am I not the one that paid him? Is it the one that paid you? This is what I want, do it this way. From there, gradually, and I discovered that, no, this person is using my head, then I need to stop it. Even immediately I tried to stop it, I finally, God helped me, I stopped this. What next did he do? He picked up another editor. And I believe that what is going to pay the editor is going to be lesser than my own. Now, even yesterday when he was saying, I just posted like WhatsApp on my status. Just go, this guy, where are you now? How far are you free now? Come and work for me. I said, God forbid. Immediately, that's what I just said. Because it's not easy. Because there's a word we used to say in Lagos. Welcome to Lagos. This is Lagos. It's the same thing about industry. This is Nigeria for us. Our whole Nigeria, we want sharp money. We don't want professionalism. I think that is what is killing most of us in Asaba. We don't want to change our style. We don't want to what they call it. All what we want to do is we just want to do it anyhow. We could just sell we could make money. That is it, sir. Thank you.
We understand your point of view, Mr. Oshoba. Thank you so much for that contribution. Now, as it is, gentlemen, we are practitioners in this industry. We are supposed to be experts or professionals in our different fields. How do we correct this misnomer or anomaly? How do we go about orientating these people, teaching them and showing them that this is what needs to be done? Because let me be realistic with you. These executive producers, some of them YouTube producers, and some of them actually know what you are worth. They know what you can do. But because of the fact that, they have to work within a streamlined budget, and here you as the editor, you are getting paid 100,000 to do an entire movie, do sound production, do everything on the movie, and the actor, one actor may be getting as much as 2.5 million for that same movie to be on location for just 3 days. I am aware of this. It happened in my presence. I saw somebody getting paid 2 million, 2.5 million to be on location for just 3 days. And you, the editor that will end up working for like 2 weeks, gets just 100,000 naira, 150,000 naira. How do we correct this? Please, before we answer that question, Mr. Mensah, can we let Mr. Ibrahim Dosu talk? Please, Mr. Ibrahim, you have the floor, please. Quickly, we have less than 10 minutes to round up.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Ibrahim Dosu. I think the major challenge we have in this industry is we editors have this mentality that if I don't do this particular job, the next job will not come. Or the mindset that if I don't take this money, I'm not sure of where the next meal is going to come from. It's a very wrong to correct, because I keep saying it. The problem of Nigerian editors are the editors. It's not the executive producers, it's not the producers, it's not the directors. For instance, if I as an editor understand the technicality that I'm going to put into a project, and I value my time, I value my gadgets, I value my experience, and I name a particular price because of those things I've listed, and the next editors have the same mentality, at the end of the day, it becomes a game of highest bidder. It's not going to be like a game of you charge someone 500k and is looking for who is going to take 100k or 50k. It won't happen. The difference might end up being like 100,000 or 50k difference. So editors that are the challenge, not even these people. Until we tell ourselves the truth of what we are fighting for, of our worth, of our understand that this is a professional work, not because of thought. No, it's a professional work. So we bring up, if you don't have that mindset, it's going to take a very long time to correct most of the things we see.
It's been an eye-opener. We have more questions and more other series will be coming up where we'll actually have people from other parts of the industry joining us, so that we'll have our own view and their own view also, and we can find a way to start marrying points and getting things done much more properly. Really appreciate everybody for joining, and thank you for being there for us, Mr. Mensah. We really wish you well and hope things go well with everybody. Thank you so much, everyone.